said they don't know us. Yeah, don't listen to what the people say when it come when it comes to the Bible. Truth shall make you free. I tell you the truth in Yahushua, your eye of understanding will be open in a way that that anybody that come across you, if they listen intently to the word, the language, there's a particular sound coming forth. And as his people, we have to be able to discern such upon listening. When we open the gates of our ears to receive these words, common sense tells us that if it's not rooted in what we know to be true, which is the truth, that's it. Cut and dry. And you know how to proceed. I was sitting here thinking about all these attacks against the Messiah, y'all. Attacks on the New Testament. And I heard a brother over there on TikTok literally say out his mouth, how they researched the scriptures. And they came back with the conclusion that the Mashiach, that the nation of Israel, and understand, when I speak about Israel, it's not in the same context as what you hear everybody else speaking about. No. You can follow the blueprint. Pay attention to the frequency. Hear the words. The words that come out my mouth has to be laced in truth. You could, anybody that's listening and that believe on the Most High should be able to go back and come to the same conclusion without strife, without envy, without none of what you're seeing across a lot of these platforms. And it's crazy. That's not kingdom, family. And it only persists because there's no understanding. People don't understand. I don't believe just how serious this awakening, and even knowing, everybody knows God created us, except for those that are children of the fallen. I believe the Bible, and I believe what the angels did mixed with the women of men's children. I believe the Bible. I believe every word of it. Now, if you don't believe it, that's your problem. You have to deal with that. You got to work out your own salvation. But my platform, everything, my life is contingent on what the Most High has revealed through His Word, and that I understand. I'm taking it in. I'm understanding. I see it. It's evidence. And can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing different. In that sense, that is not real, or, oh, the Bible is fake, this, that. No, your interpretation is fake. When you're dealing with law, we're dealing in the concrete. We're not dealing with abstract. America has taught us to be abstract. I'm not saying that to say that I'm better than anyone or that I know more, or no. I just tell it how it is. Nah, it might be. And I think we know why. Especially if you one of those that have been awakened and you heeded the call, yeah, you might be in that them baby stages. You know, you recognizing it. Like right now, a holiday season gonna come up. A lot of people are about to be tried. I'm hearing them talking about holiday shopping, and it ain't even got here yet. So I know they cook as far as relating to who they are according to the Bible. But as for me, this is what I'm doing over here. To the day he calls me back to eternity. You know, we call it death, and we didn't let them. We following these pagans. You know what I'm saying? These people pagans, fam. Except for those who heard, who heeded the call, who heard the word, and it caused a shift in them. They know who we are, fam. You know we got our chosen. Yeah, and we got favor with the Most High. I stand firmly on that. Every day I move. It's never been Barnes and Nobles for wine. I'm just using that as a metaphor to describe what that, connects to and all that stuff. But I know how to use it. And I've learned how to use my mind. I look back at Joseph. I'm like, Joseph was ruling in Egypt. So that means he was working that system like he owned it because Pharaoh, and plus he was interpreting because he was able to, he didn't interpret the Most High interpreted the word that he sent forth. Because remember, you had a Hebrew. And do you think the Most High would allow them people? Yeah, we looking at us today like, oh, if we people then why do God asking a million questions instead of being? I hope you caught that last part. I said with emphasis. We asking a million questions, having 1,000 debates instead of being. Like when you wake up, let's make it practical. We ain't gonna religify nothing. We're gonna keep it His law. His word is instruction. That instruction is law. Because why? It's spoken from the king. You can't diminish his word. He gonna bring you before the guillotine playing games with his word. Don't play with the Most High. Leave it alone if you don't understand and get with a brother or sister who can help you. But above all, seek through the word. Read the word. But what I'm saying, I can speak with an assurity because I understand the word, which is Yahushua, which is the charge we as soldiers of the armies of Israel are given charge over. But you gotta Matthew 6, you gotta stand firmly in Matthew 6:33. Seek first. No matter what, because in everything that you do, and remember that you seeking him, you talk to him, and be expecting something to happen. Or keep your mouth shut. Get knowledge, but in all I get understanding so you know how to move. These things I'm learning, I'm sharing. I'm excited about it. You did. Make my bed up and I'm out the door. I'm about to go put some blend door actuators on a 2015 Charger. Asleep. I'm gonna say that and leave it there. His business ain't nobody else's business. Pass up. East side to this side. It's the dog bound for life. Dog pound for life. Boy, you singing that dog pound? Now back to the word. The most I know his people, y'all. His people have been through a whole lot. Now, to the average person, they gonna say, well, what they be talking about? Everybody, God love, yeah, he does, but he got servants. Just like y'all hire people to serve y'all, he got servants that he gave, and he sent his son to redeem them. And while he was redeeming them, he came actually to take away the sin of the world too. And through him, we may have life, everlasting, more abundantly. Everything we hear, right? You can have it, but if you ain't locked in on his frequency, which his word, back to what I said, is law. It establishes our goings, what we should be thinking about, and how we approach life. That's the power. But we give it away because we follow other people. We doubt its validity. We question. I understand questioning, but not believing, questioning to a point where you don't actually believe, you're just going along to get along. You can't approach this like that. It's better off you don't even come in, you know, it's better off you don't even mess with it. Stay doing what you're doing, but above all, have love for others and love yourself. He gonna trust. He gonna make it. He gonna make it plain to you. Then y'all gonna see Judah out here doing things, and people that know me, that's why I talk about it, cause y'all know I ain't gotta do no debating with nobody. You know I ain't eating. I'm eating from the soil. We get our food from the eternal. You know, we're Jacob. I'm like Christ. You know, my food is to feed y'all. Is to do the will of him who sent me. And my food ain't always meat, you know? It ain't meat. It's that word, which is the reason why I'm making this video. There's a frequency being spoken about. And if you have any understanding about the word and who you are and your purpose, and according to God, like when we literally pray, Matthew 6:33, we believe it wholeheartedly. We seeking the kingdom. The king's dominion, right? So that means there's a greater. He that is in me is greater than he that is in the world. The word is testifying, it's telling us something, right? But are we hearing it? What that got to do with what you saying about somebody on TikTok and all this? You know how people talk. Chop, 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 chop. But I'm a student and a servant, so I need to be paying attention. And I pay attention to everything. The word, right? Christ is the word. John chapter 1. In the beginning was the word. And the word was with Yahuwah. Well, the word was with Elohim. Same difference. His title is God. Well, in the Hebrew it's Elohim. Elohim. I learn something new every day, y'all. With this Bible through the Hebrew. Now, everything that I'm speaking about, you're not going to find it written right there in black and white in the Bible. You have to get a Strong's Concordance. That doesn't mean you can't pick up a Strong's Concordance, bust it open, or get it. You can go online. That's what I do. Go online, open up Blue Letter Bible, go into the study portion. Blue Letter Bible, Study Bible, King James, Genesis 1:1. I learned something, but it took time for the Ruach to work on me to be able to bring forth. I heard it, but I didn't have the power yet. It was blowing because I didn't put videos out about it. But now there's something unlocked that can truly teach now. I could teach them. I could become very famous and wealthy teaching that. Like a lot of charlatan preachers we hear. You got a lot of preachers that are not sent from Yahuwah because we don't hear that frequency where we hear him. We don't hear that thing that we learn to trust in, that we know of a surety is telling us of the things of our Heavenly Father, and not no religion and all that bull crap. Nobody got time for that in this day and hour. But Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created H853. That word is eth. Two words in the Hebrew, right? Aleph and Tav, the beginning and the end. The first letter of the alphabet and the last, which we've all heard all our life. There's one who said, I am the beginning and the end. And that's who? The Mashiach, Messiah, which he is that word in Genesis 1:1. How can you say that? Because he's the beginning and the end. And John chapter 1, verse 1 tells the whole, gives us a very descriptive, excuse me, I want to hook my Bluetooth right quick. Gives us a very, not just a descriptive uh, explanation, but it gives us a foundation, the foundation the Most High established with power. We're the sons, and we got power, right? Because we can understand. We have ears to hear and eyes to see, to interpret what that word is saying. Ride, 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 which makes us sons of Elohim. Elohim, Yahuwah, the creator of heaven and earth, and the Elohim, which we call God in the English. We keep it simple. I don't want to try to sound so like I know something the next person don't know and lose people. Because it's important we understand what that Genesis 1:1 represents in that word et, which are two words in the ancient Hebrew, Aleph and Tav, which one who said, I am the Aleph, the Alpha and Omega, which is the son of Yahuwah. That's powerful, family. You want to know why? Because now that elevates us into heavenly places that our Father desires for us to be. It's awakening us. And they talking about the awakening ain't real. Well, what's that? Because when we go in John chapter 1, verse 1, it says, in the beginning was the Word, right? And the Word was with. So that in the beginning, I could see the Father create. And Aleph and Tav, who created the Word, which is what? 1 John chapter 5, verse 7. There are three that, I don't know where they cut this off, but we see that word as Yahushua, the word of the Father, the only begotten of the Father. That's crazy. That's crazy. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm.